Hello and welcome to our first tutorial. Today we are going to be designing a typography-based shirt, and the phrase that we are going to be putting on it is an Omnia Paratu. So once you have your Canva Pro signed up for, you are going to want to go over to the custom dimensions and the main page, and you're going to type in 4200 by 4800, and you are going to want this in pixels. Then you will hit create a new design. Once you get that created, you're going to enter a page that looks like this. This is your artboard, and if you want to add new pages, you can add them, or you can click the little trash can and you can delete it. So to start off, we are going to go over to the text tab and we're going to click add a heading, and I'm going to go ahead and enlarge this by dragging the little corner, and I'm going to copy that 3 times. So this is what we have so far. Now we are going to go ahead and open up our design reference sheet, and we are going to go ahead and copy and paste the phrase. And our font is listed below. I'm not going to try to pronounce it because I am horrible at pronouncing font names. But we're going to go ahead and copy and paste that. So typically what I do is I just copy and paste it into each one and delete the ones I do not want. So in each line we have the specific word. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my font name, and you can actually copy and paste the font name in there, and we are going with medium. Now one reason why I chose this font was because it had various forms that it could take. So it could be bold, it could be light, it could be medium, it could be thin, and that will help you make contrast. But for all these, we're just going to go ahead and use the medium. So we have that. We're going to just change it all. Now that they're all in the same font, we're going to make everything uppercase. And sometimes you can see that this is too large, so I just shrink down the edges so that it's on one line. And we have all capitals. The reason why I chose all capital letters because it creates a blocky text and it's easier to read when it's in a block. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enlarge the N, and then I'm going to align these as best as I can with each other, and I am going to try to make Omnia and Paratu the same length so that it once again creates a block effect. Now when you're designing with typography, alignment is going to be very important because if it is not aligned, it looks jumbled and just kind of sloppy. So what I like to do is I like to go over to the elements and then I type in line, and you'll have this line, and I change it to a crazy color like purple so I can see it, and I will align everything. I'm not going to go into too much details of typography because it's kind of boring if you're not super interested in it. I'm just going to give you guys the sort of basics so that you can create more designs. So when you are aligning something, you are going to want to make sure that everything aligns along the baseline, which is what it's called. So right here, my Paratu baseline is aligned with my N, and I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and I want to make sure that it is also aligned along the top, which this can go up a bit. And then you also want to make sure that your O and your P are aligned with each other. So I'm going to go ahead and make that vertical. And as you can see, if you have it highlighted, you can go ahead and scooch it with your arrow keypads, and it'll help scooch it pixel by pixel. You can see where the O is and the P that it is not aligned. And when I scooched it over, you can see that it is correctly aligned with each other. I'm going to go ahead and copy this line, and I want to make sure my A and my S are also aligned, which they are aligned pretty well. So what we have going on in this design is we have things aligned both horizontally and vertically. This is the end result of our design. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all the lines. You can highlight them and hit delete, or you could highlight it and you can hit the little trash can. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight everything, and I'm going to group them so that when I move them around, they are not going to shift. So I'm going to go ahead and center that because that's what I like to do. You can go ahead and you can change the color by clicking on this little A, and you can change it to any color you want. And I'm pretty happy with the way the design looks right now. So since we are done with this, I really want to make the first one simple because with each design we are going to be building on graphic design concepts. So the next design is a little bit more complicated. We're going to get more complicated as the course progresses. So we have this done and we really like it. And we are going to go down to the arrow right here and we're going to hit download. We want this as a PNG because it is a high quality image. We are also going to want this as a transparent background. This is the main reason why we are using Canva Pro, is because we want a transparent background, so it'll just be the saying on the t-shirt and not the saying and a white block on the t-shirt. And we are going to go ahead and hit download. Another really interesting thing about Canva Pro is if you were designing a cup or anything else, you can automatically resize this. And I believe that this sizing is correct for all the platforms that we're going to be uploading it to. However, if it's not, it's super easy to resize, and this is a feature that is only available with Canva Pro. So this is good for now. We are going to go ahead and hit download. Once again, you're going to want to make sure that you have the transparent background selected. We are going to go ahead and hit download, and it'll save it to our downloads folder or wherever you have it going to. And when you download it, it is going to look like this. It's going to look like it's on a gray background. It is not. It is actually on a transparent background. So this is the end of our first tutorial. Do not forget to leave a review. That really helps me out in future courses to help make each one better. So you can go ahead and move on to the next tutorial.